Okie dokie, I'm Tigger Mac and I'm back with another cake video. This time we're going to make a Minion figurine and a cake for him to go on as well. You can see I've got some yellow fondant in the shape of my Minion. I marked in a place for the mouth to go, added some black fondant, a red tongue and some teeth. Next step, using some blue fondant, I added his overalls on the bottom of the figurine. Also added that front flap section as well, and using a little stitching tool, I added in some stitch marks. Sometimes it really is those little details that make a difference. You can see I've also added the straps to his overalls, and now it's time for his eye. I'm no Minion expert, but I believe the Minion that I'm making is called Stuart. So you can see I've got his eye with his eyelids, the iris, the pupil, and I've added that grey, which I am actually going to paint silver. Next up, I added some hair and that strap that goes around the back of his goggles. Or is it a goggle? Does one eye mean goggle? Moving on, now that my main body is complete, I need to make the legs. Now I want to have my Minion standing up on my cake, so I'm using 2 wooden skewers and I've poked them into some polystyrene to hold them up. You can see I've added his black feet and now I'm putting the legs on. Now, just quickly, I have got Tylose powder in all of my fondant, which helps it set really hard. That's just a little FYI for you. And then it was time to add the body to the legs. And you can see I just slid the figurine onto those skewers. And I did use a little bit of water, which helps everything stick. Last thing to go on were his arms and hands, and it was time for the cake. So with Stuart supervising in the background, I grabbed a round cake and covered it in yellow buttercream. If you want the recipe to this delicious buttercream, there is a video on my YouTube, so you can go check that out. To get a sharp edge, I put the cake in the fridge for about 10 minutes until it goes really firm, and then you can just cut it straight off. Next up, I added a blue drip, and I'm just using a spoon to apply it. I just like the look that it gives. I then added some yellow sprinkles and it was time to pop Stuart on. I made sure that my skewers were the perfect height to go straight to the bottom of the cake, and he was really sturdy. Now this cake was for a second birthday, and I also added the birthday boy's name, which was Archie. And the final thing to go on this cake was some little handmade bananas. I just made those using fondant, and I also painted a few little details on there with some edible paint as well. All that was left was to pop them on, and I just put them on randomly around the cake, and there you go, all done. I absolutely loved the end result, and I think it's super cute.